sitting down there by the heat. I'm like, why is that thing so hot? Y'all, what is going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Sylvie414, and I is Sylvie, your birthday lady. Hey, y'all. I'm sleepy, y'all. I am sleepy. It is tray day, and your girl it's tray day. I'm calling those things that be not as though they were, and going to call this a 5-day week. Why? Because I have made myself get on this joker real good these last 2 days. In my Willie D hands. Go you. It's because you was doing it. Thank you. This thing ain't been no joke, y'all. I have not yet secured a time. Still working on that. Right now, this is about being committed. This is about discipline. This is heart chakra, baby. We're going to talk about them chakras tomorrow. This is heart chakra. We not solar plexusing no more. I said it. I changed my caption colors from the yellows to the greens. And one thing that I already learned about the heart chakra, of course, it's about love, the greatest love of all. But then it's about discipline. And we're going to continue with the chakras tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to talk chakras. We're going to talk anema. And we're going to talk numbers. I've been talking stuff all week. This is getting, like I said, the discipline of being up here 5 days a week in order. Because I still haven't even, because y'all know I bring the scriptures included. I go Bible, Apocrypha, and Quran. It's for antibiotics who has an issue with how she do it over here at Sylvie's. You're going to have to go talk to the Most High. Because I have a leading. And I cannot be unled for the peoples. I love the peoples. And the God knows that. The peoples! We are at 194. 6 more. 200. I thank you guys in advance for getting me to 200 this week. And that's whether I post this video this week or not. I might go ahead on and post it so I can post that. But I don't know. I may just post it in the order because we going in the order. Like, I left some videos behind and called myself this thing. Woo, buddy. Going live every day. Like I said, while for the last 3 weeks, it has not been 5 days. 2 weeks straight, it was 4. And last week, it was 3. 11 out of 15 ain't bad. I said that the other day, and I stand fast to it. I promise you that. Y'all, for real, I promise I'm not gonna be here long. I ain't gonna do no whole bunch. I'm about talking about what I got talking about, cuz I was sleepy. I didn't take a nap. That is another discipline. I do believe that the Most High is telling me to learn how to partake in naps. Because this is, look, and I still consider myself doing it on a small scale, even though I really believe that I have stepped up my game the way I be doing my videos a little bit. I think I stepped up my game, and I ain't stepped up my game. I ain't gonna say, if I say I ain't stepped up my game, for me, that would be a lie. That would be a lie. Welcome. Murder. But what I will say is really for real, I promise you, I step up my game because I was advised to engage with y'all daily. And I will say that at this point, I'm only engaging with YouTube daily because I believe that that is the instruction that I got. I am posting on the other platforms daily. I can't go live on YouTube, and I am working on getting StreamYard so that I will just be able to go live from one place instead of trying to have, because now my other tripod is just, so that's why I've only been going live on the one for real. So neither here nor there. I'm being obedient. And I am watching you guys engage, and I thank you. Like, I watch the engagement change as I changed up the way that I do the videos. So I do see that the instruction that I believe that I'm being given is an instruction that I'm seeing the fruit from, if that makes sense. Planting the seeds and seeing the fruit. And I can only say I thank y'all and appreciate y'all, because it's y'all from the beginning. It's y'all from the beginning. It don't get viewed if y'all don't view it. It don't get liked if y'all don't like it. It don't get shared if y'all don't share it. My subscribers don't grow if y'all don't do it. It's y'all all the time. All that I do is be the willing vessel that D God told me to be, to come up here and do what need to be done and say what need to be said. And so all I can do is keep protection around me, because there's truth to be told. And D God wants me to tell it. That part. Everybody don't always like when D God wants you to tell stuff. I'm talking about people that say they like D God don't always like when D God wants you to tell. Alright. So, give me just a split second, y'all, because I'm still, like I said, being new to this. I'm going to have to go back in that, because I have a video. I'm going to call this the start of responses. I just want to show y'all a little piece of this video, and we're going to talk about something that I talked about the other day. I might have called that gal's name Melanie the other day. Her name is not Melanie. If I called her Melanie, her name is Ebony K. Williams. If I called her Melanie. But I have a piece of the video that it was talking about. She was speaking with Ayanla Van Zant about the men's and why the men's hold up, yeah, I'm trying to share this to Facebook. Why the men's ain't stepping up to the plate. She says she has had all kinds of men's, all kinds of ages, all kinds of races or nationalities and the like. The look, the feel, the fabric. Now, I really thought that those were the words to the song until I went and looked up the song. Y'all probably don't know because some of y'all ain't old like me, so y'all wouldn't know what the look, the feel, the fabric was. But it's not even the look, the feel, the fabric. It's the touch, the feel, the fabric. The touch, the feel, the fabric of our life. The touch, the feel of cotton, the fabric of our life. We're not talking about cotton, though, y'all. We is talking about modesty and integrity. What that looks like. What that feels like. And is there any fabric in your life, lady? Fabric would be, I believe, the things that integrity are made out of. Look, I'm gonna talk. We gonna talk about a personal, yeah, it is a personal experience, and I wasn't looking for it. I wasn't looking for this story that I'm about to go over. Cause I want to go over that story first. And it's crazy how I fell into to modesty. And I'm gonna do you one better before I start that story. I was doing some studying on something we're going to talk a little bit more about a little bit later. We're not going to really dig deep into that. I'm going to talk about it a little bit. We're going to talk about adultery. Because I told y'all, Sylvie can talk about a lot of things because Sylvie has experienced some things and some stuff. Sylvie been married and divorced, so she can talk about adultery because she knows about it. From both sides. Sylvie ain't perfect. So we're gonna talk about it because it's been it's heavy in the news. But what I got in my notes, I was studying about the adultery, and it took me to the verse. The 127, you know what this is all about. What the God told me to be talking about. Broided hair and modesty and your dress and your character and ring in the pig snout, all that stuff like that. Yeah. I'm studying about adultery and bam, here we go with that. I said, okay, all right. I'm gonna read them a little bit what it had said. But before we go there, I was walking to the store. Let me say this. I get down with the people that Jesus got down. The religious people did not let that be why they did not like Jesus. Because the people like Jesus, y'all ain't been hearing me say I ain't been getting more flack from the religious than the people. The people love me, and all the people ain't even gonna love me, but the people love me. But the religious, like the Pharisees and the Sadducees, couldn't understand why they were standing over there in their garb because they had fasted and they were really uptight because they wanted everybody to know that they had fasted and got in the God's face and everything like that, and they just sitting over there all stiff with their nose up in the air. Nose is up in the air, but their nose is up in the air. And they're sitting over there like that, and they're just checking out Jesus at his table. With the peoples. The peoples. The peoples that they don't like. The peoples they always over there with their nose up in the air, looking at him. That drug dealer over there and that prostitute over there, you can see those things. You see the drug dealer. He out there dealing his drugs. The prostitute is out there trying to get in somebody's car. You see those things. He over there smoking that cigarette and yeah. You see those things. Jesus was sitting with oils of them. They couldn't understand it. They didn't like it. Those people I get down there, I can't. Why? Because at heart, I'm always going to be one of those people. The religious don't like me. I have tried to fit in many religious spaces where noses are turned up at me. And then there are those that allow themselves to know the Spirit of God, because the Spirit of God is what the Spirit of God is, and the Spirit of God is. You gotta love me. And I say that from long, hard, and painful work. You know that shadow stuff? So I had to learn how to love me, baby. And once I learned it, can't nobody take it away. And we're going to talk about somebody else that had to learn how to love. Learning is key. We in heart chakra season right now, baby. Gotta learn how to love. That's a song I think I just can't think of it right now. Okay, so I'm walking to the store, and one of my neighbors way down yonder by the corner, if he's outside, he's always going to stop me. He be trying to stop me in the rain. If I got an umbrella on me, I am not going to stop and talk to you. I promise you that. I'm not going to apologize for that. It's raining out here. I will say hi and continue to move. It's nice out. I have no problem with stopping. He made me come up there and sit down and everything. It ain't gonna take 5 minutes. He was telling me about a young lady that I love. What he said to me, and I'm not gonna go into depth. Well, what he said to me didn't shock me. Doesn't shock me. He basically said, and this, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it all the way like this. If we just go off of looks, like sometimes we can as humans, this man might look like the kind that's gonna be after a little young girl, just chasing her with the flirt. No, he told her she was gonna have to change the way that she dressed to come around his house because he has friends over there. And he didn't say what the friends were saying, but I'm thinking the friends were saying some things that were probably more disrespectful than the way she felt like he came at her, trying to protect her, basically, is what he was doing. This is my place, my peace, and you come down there. There's a reason that she's going down there. I got to know her because she bypasses where I stay, and I'm just a social butterfly when I want to be. Not a social butterfly with everybody. That's something the God is teaching me as well. Not that I have to be a social butterfly with everybody, but sometimes there's somebody I need to be a social butterfly with that I may not be because of the way they look. And we're not supposed to just be basing things off the way people look, but I have my too. So he basically talked about how she was dressed, how loud she was. You could hear her coming in from the corner, and how hard she was. Anima say, walk in your feminine energy a little more, lady. That number 127, because we gonna make this esoteric and biblical. That number 127, because I ain't even gave you the esoteric. Well, I have given the esoteric a little bit of 127, just not since I started re-talking about it. But it's esoteric because it was a number that I kept seeing that made me go look it up in Strong's. But like I stated, I have looked it up in Angel as well. But Strong's right champ is where the God told me to say. because these young ladies at this age that are hard, geez Louise, I done lost my daggone words because I'm so tired. Hard, dressing immodestly, and I can't even remember the other word. I get three words because I didn't write those three words down because those three words just came to me. But the thing about it is it's gonna be some point in life where you're gonna be ready to settle down. And if you're doing everything to the most, he was adamant about saying she is leaving nothing to the imagination. I promise y'all I didn't go down there looking for that conversation. I didn't go down there looking for it. I love this chick. What I don't love to do in the Most High, the Most High know, is step on people's toes. Now I'm asking thee, God, to show me a way to be able to communicate with her. Because one thing for sure and two things for certain, I might be leaving between now and Friday, but this still my hood. I am literally no more than 10 minutes up the street by walking, because it's probably 5 minutes on my bike. It's still my hood. I'm probably going to take walks and bike rides because literally when I ride the bike, it is straight up. That's why I said, oh, look at you, God, because now I don't have to either ride up to where I'm going to exercise or walk up to where I'm going to exercise and then exercise. I live there now. I live at the exercise now. Yeah, I live at the track. Yeah, on the water. Yeah. And it's based on your income. God knew I wanted to be by that water. God knows that any place I go gonna be my little mansion. But as I was talking to him, I explained to him that that's what I talk about on the platform. That's what the God is telling me to speak about on my platform. That is the demographic of young lady that the God is telling me to speak about on my platform. Baby, y'all, it's Sylvie been there. Sylvie been there. Sylvie was a promiscuous little girl. I already said that. Little girl. Sylvie didn't even wait. By the time Sylvie got grown, she had done unpromiscuized. Yeah, by the time and I don't mean grown as in 30s, no. By the time I was 18, I was married, so, excuse me, not 18. I was married when I was 21. By the time I was 18, I had my first daughter. So, I'm not coming from a place, I believe that hard and had to be soft. I talk about that all the time. God still softened me. No man wants to be around a man. Men are generally the hard ones. They want us to be soft. I'm talking to many of my counterparts, my crew. And we believe the same thing. And not a softening. This ain't no softening that God took me through trying to get no man. I done already said, if my time passed, I promise I'm good. I promise I'm good. I was married for 9 years to a man that I was with for 15. I promise I'm good. So, yes, that is the meaning of that ring and that pig snout. Didn't I say, just because somebody may be doing things and not acting modestly does not mean that they don't have a good heart. I love that chick. I love that chick. We never know what people go through that lead them to make the choices that they make. That's why God told me to do this with love. When some folks just feel like that they just supposed to degrade people all the time. You sitting here degrading folks and let somebody come at your neck. Most of the folks that will sit back and degrade are people who throw rocks and hide hands and can dish it and can't take it. I said it, and I meant it. And I know it to be the case in many cases. So with that being said, let's move on. And I'm not going to stay here long. I just really have one thing to say about this. I didn't have anything to say. The whole world seemed like they came out and had a whole problem with the fact that the brat was pregnant, because I thought she was supposed to be the boy. That is so dumb. That is so freaking dumb. Let's just start there. Because she's not a boy. She ain't never attested to being a boy. And there was a time when she was in her prime that you watched her feminize her look. Because at first she was straight hard. You know, it was never, like you used to see her and Jermaine Dupri come out in some similar garb, but hers always looked more girly, but it still looked masculine, if that made sense. But then she softened in her look while she was still on the scene and started looking more feminine, kind of throwing folks for loops, I believe. Show through me for a loop, but like, but dang. Just that. But dang. And not even that I thought she was supposed to be the boy, but I thought she liked masculinity. And it wasn't like she was wearing heels or nothing like that. But when I say she feminized her G, like what the heck? So my only thing, it was never, evidently she wanted to be the one that wanted to be pregnant. It can be whole studs out here. Look, y'all, I be trying to make sure my terms is right. Don't be wanting to be politically incorrect in nobody. I don't want to make nobody be feeling. Long as you know that there's a balance over here. I'm not gonna say offensive things, but we over here for balance. So feelings should be balanced. Is all that I'll say about that. Everybody is talking today about the fact that the brat, and today is May the 3rd, because I'm a little behind. Everybody is talking about the fact that the brat and Judy chose a white sperm donor and not a black one. Judy did come out and make a response video speaking about all of the technicalities and things that can go on, and how there are not a lot of black donors and all that stuff like that. So she came out in defense of what was being said. My only thing, and it was my thing before Judy came out and made her defense of what was being said, but it didn't lessen it once she came. It made me wonder more. Why the brat make these statements? Because the brat has some shallow statements about the donors. The white donor was handsome, tall, and beautiful. And the black donor looked like Jiminy Cricket. Are any of those things going to have anything to do with character? Tall, handsome, and beautiful, and Jiminy Cricket. That has always been a concern for me, and not even that I wouldn't do it, but my cousin had this concern about adoption when I told her that I wanted to adopt one day. She had the same concern that I have about, donors. you don't know what you're getting. You don't always know what you're getting. And you might not know some things about somebody that you see or, get to know personally. But there's a better chance of you knowing more about someone that you get to know personally. But I definitely don't knock any of it. I don't knock donors. I don't knock adoption. I don't knock any of it because, just like I stated on my video that I posted today, babies are a blessing and everybody can't have them. So, yeah. But the thing about donors, because I don't know which one of my platforms that I watched said it, but one of them said, because I watched it on several platforms. One of them said it's crackheads getting dressed up and going down there to donate. I think I don't know. I don't know if it was a man or a woman. I don't know what it was. I think I watched it on did I watch the Brad on Willie D? I don't know who I watched the Brad on. I watched on a couple of things today. When I watch a story, I do try to watch it in several places so that I can, get several aspects of it. Just like if I go read an article. If I go read a news article, I'm gonna read it in more than one news article so I can go in and try to get a comparison and then just give, my opinion on what I believe. So yeah, that's really all that I wanted to say about that. Next, we're going to talk about that learning to love that I was talking about. So Tasha K did an interview. She did the interview last week. And she dropping it in 2 parts. She dropped it on her website first. And she's dropping it on YouTube in 2 parts. She just dropped the first part today with Jimmy Townsend. I be wanting to call people wrong names. Jimmy Townsend is the ex-husband of Marjorie Harvey, Steve Harvey's wife. And I ain't trying to get into everything that he talking about with Steve Harvey. Maybe I'll discuss a little more after I watch the second part on the 5th. I really wanted to go into to the website and watch it. And maybe still will, I don't know, because it's going to be uncut on her website as to where YouTube is giving you the edited version, because you got to be nice on YouTube. You have to be nice on her website. The only thing that I wanted to talk about today is he spoke about his relationship with his mother, which is that I believe a lot of men have with their mothers. And I believe that it transcends. I don't believe it. Do you know how many songs Eminem made about his mama and his wife? So with that being said, we know that it transcends racial lines. This man said he hated his mother. He hated his mother. Now I'm gonna say that this is so because this man, I want to say that Leon, the narcissist from Billy Campbell's page, when I talked about that, I want to say maybe he talked about, because he said he couldn't get his relationship right with his mama until he started seeing his therapist, and it was based on how his daddy, even though his daddy was wrong, he took hold of what daddy said and how daddy felt about mama. Same thing with Townsend. Same thing with someone I knew personally. Talked about how wrong daddy was. But because daddy made mama look bad, they hated mama. Some men ain't gonna never admit that to you. God made me one that sees it. I see it on YouTubes. I see it out in them streets. I see it. Yeah, yeah. You want to talk about you on TV? Yeah, you can see it the way that you talk about black men. So he said that he had to learn how to love his mother. And when he said that, I say, Lord, it's not often that they're going to even desire to do that. That's the same thing Leon said. Do y'all know y'all be under generational curses too, men? Because the God told me that if y'all want to catch it, to let you. But if you don't, if you good, you like it, I love it, baby. I promise you that. But I said it. I think I said it when Leon said it. It's not too many men that's going to go somewhere and sit down and heal. Leon, stop having relationships with ladies to go and heal his psyche. That Ringo keep hollering about if you see a woman and say she healing. Run away from me, baby. Let me get myself together because I ain't asked for you to be in my space. It is rarely ever that I call a man to my space. And this is not knocking no man. But we can't keep capping and fronting for hurt. If I don't cap in front for hurt, for the ladies who this platform for, I can't cap in front and hurt. For y'all, mans. I love you too much for that. I'm here because of love. We is in love season. It's heart chakra time, baby. It is heart chakra time. Hello, my name is Sylvie, and I am your last that is coming for first, baby. First shall be last, and the last shall be first. I do the work. I do the work, baby. I do the work. Hey, I do the work, baby. I get the job done. And yes, I know he says I go to work. Oh, buddy. Sasha K thought that Jimmy and his mama was not good. I'm still watching it. I just was obedient, and there's still some daylight out there because of some day. I said I was gonna be here. I had this thing with UPS. Y'all know yesterday when I was up here, if you was on this live with me yesterday I had a couple of calls with UPS. So I was waiting for UPS to come before I did anything. I waited for UPS to come before I did my exercise. I have to pat myself on the back for that part too, because I don't be wanting to do this thing all the time. It's not walking like that, but walking, it even ride my bike. Those come to me like second nature at this time. That stuff to say build muscle, them weights and all that good squats. All that stuff to make you sweat like that I need to be doing, because I told y'all I'm on the 5 shuns. Meditation, perspiration, respiration, urination, defecation, 5 shuns. It's on the way to some healthy things. That's all. That's all. Getting her mind right, baby. Getting her mind right. Come on, little mama. Come on. So that's really all that I wanted to say about Jimmy Townsend. He is out here doing the work. He said he wanted to make sure him and his mama was good. Tasha K was like, you and your mama don't speak. He was like, yeah, we good. He said, I made sure. He now says that he knows that his daddy wasn't good enough for his mother. See how D-God be changing things around when you allow yourself to do the long, hard, and painful work. I want to read this book. I'm probably going to read this book and see what it's about. Because just like I told my cousin, one thing for sure and 2 things for certain, everybody want to be trying to knock him. I ain't going to say everybody, but I done heard a couple of people on the YouTube streets try to knock him because he was a hustler and because he was in jail for 30 years. He served his time. And then somebody wanted to talk about, that was Willie D. He was like, well, why is he coming out talking about Steve Harvey? Because men deal with pride just like women deal with pride. And if Steve Harvey called him all those names while he was in jail, even if he put his money out there, once you call me a name and then you put your money out there, I really think you're trying to Show somebody something. And that's how I feel about Steve Harvey anyway. So yeah, they went. He got some clemency because he knew some folk. But the fact of the matter is that there was still a sense of disrespect, evidently, that he felt. And this is the way he's handling it. We all have the right to be us. We're going to be us whether somebody say we have the right to or not. Unless we sitting around trying to be somebody else. In that case, you should be trying to work on being you. It's not fun to be somebody else. It's not even fun to pretend to be somebody else. You should never want to do that. Yeah. So, enough about Jimmy for tonight, unless he comes back. Let's talk a little bit again about Ebony Williams. And then I'm out. So I'm going to show y'all, if y'all are able to see. I just want y'all, because D-God told me about the body language as well. The nonverbals. I just want y'all to look at her face. I'm going to go ahead on and say what's being said. Go on and tell it before I put it on. I want y'all to look at her face when Ayanla asks her the question. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk about it. So I'm getting this from O'Shea Duke Jackson's page, y'all. So y'all want to go follow O'Shea Duke Jackson. O'Shea Duke Jackson. Let's see here. I'm just trying to get to it, y'all. Please forgive me. I'm just trying to get back to it. Okay.
Deals on everything to make a one-of-a-kind gift. Deals in May 13th. QuickBooks Self-Employed maximizes potential tax deductions. Uncovered deductions. Maximize your tax savings.
Like I'm trying to do the right thing in a minute. Wait a minute. Let me go back. One. I want to make it big. Okay.
Come back and talk about this. I know that you said that you cannot teach a man or tell a man how to be a man. So I will not ask you to indict men in this question. But I do want you to speak, Ayanla, to how women need to, position ourselves so that we can be in our divinity, so we can have our crowns right, how we can create and not build, when some of us, quite frankly, feel that the men that are available to us, and I'm talking about across the color spectrum,
look at it now, her face, everything. She's done all of them. Across the age and nationality.
To protect nor provide because of some of the statistics we just talked about. They're not earning the incomes. They're not having the resources, and some of them are not even showing up in the leadership. Would you date a bus driver?
Look at her face.
Would you date if he owns the bus? If he owns it. If he owns the bus, he doesn't. No.
And you see how her whole body language changed after that.
Because the standards and requisites, and I'm not talking about him laying on his
look at her mouth, balled up.
I'm not talking about that. But the standards
like I don't even,
criteria that we use to measure.
I don't even want to hear what you're saying. I don't even. Yeah, she a big lawyer and all that stuff. She went to UNC, one of the top schools. Lovely T totally agrees. Why should she have to date a bus driver? Never once did anybody on this live, and that's going to see these shorts, hear Ayanla say, go out there and date a bus driver. The question was, would you date a bus driver? Period. If he owns the bus, he ain't the bus driver then. He the bus owner once he owns the bus. That's what Kevin Samuels used to say. You take meat and you leave bones. That's what Kevin Samuels used to say. Or you wanna change a perfectly hardworking man. Cause when the women used to call in there, he would say something like, "Would you date a plumber?" Because she done moved from 5 figures to 6 figures or something like that. Would you date a plumber? Yeah, I would date him, but then we would have to figure out how we was gonna get him to own the company. Well, what if he just comfortable being a plumber? But I have a plan for us, and but what if he comfortable being a plumber? My question was, what if y'all in the airport? Say Ebony Williams and this bus driver is in the airport. They both on their way to vacay. Cause this bus driver might have been with the company for a long time. My aunt bought her house off driving the bus. Stop playing. And headed to the day she left this earth. And she worked for that bus company for a long time. She retired from the bus company and bought some land and another house before she lost this earth. So her had 2 houses, 2 different states, driving the bus. A lot of times those men that are making those same kind of figures that Miss Ebony, they down her. Probably they sometimes be about the same figure as somebody driving a bus. What if y'all met in the airport and like y'all is having this experience? Remember on Think Like a Man, Act Like a Woman? Taraji met I'm pointing at my eyes, y'all, cause them eyes, buddy, them eyes, them Ely eyes, Michael Ealy. She met Michael Ealy. He was Buttercook. He was Buttercook. But that conversation was on point. Because Ayanla goes on to say, I would date a bus driver if he loved driving the bus. She named about 3 different things if he loved doing this, she would date him. And you know what Lovely T said? Ayanla don't have no choice. I guess because Lovely T just manosphere Ayanla. Basically, it made me feel like you're saying she lost her value, so she would have to pick a bus driver, and I tend to not believe that that's the truth. I tend to not believe, and I'll do you one better. I tend to believe that at any given time in Ayanla's life, because she's someone that I followed over the years as well, before she separated from Oprah, after she separated from Oprah, when she went back to Oprah, not from. I think she would have dated a bus driver at any given time. It's a character thing. Because basically, Ebony he don't make enough for me. So you narrow your pool by that alone, because then O'Shea got a good. Because that's all I thought about. If you did it across the board, then why you not married yet? If you did it across the board, you're the common denominator. Maybe if you allow that bus driver in, maybe he do got a plan. You don't know, because you won't even let him look in your direction, because he's a bus driver. I think I am going to go and cut this one up. Yeah, I'm going to cut this one up tomorrow. The priorities are not in order. Hello, beautiful. Priorities are very important. If yours are not in order, you definitely should be wanting to figure out what your priorities are if you don't know what they are, and what you need to do to get them in order if they're not. Mind, body, and spirit. What are your priorities? What are you going to do today, beautiful? Sylvie loves you. I am out.